all remember the explosive energy of Thor Ragnarok from 2017, but did you catch all the hidden details and Easter eggs that set the stage for a new era in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, let's be honest. We were all super hyped for this movie because Marvel finally seemed to pivot from Thor: The Dark World to embracing a more colorful cosmic adventure similar to Guardians of the Galaxy and what Thor comic fans loved. The trailer was indeed fun with many winks and Easter eggs reminding us of other great superhero moments. So the trailer kicked off with Thor chained up and lowered into a fiery cavern, deep lava cavern straight out of Temple of Doom. It immediately took a playful turn with Thor's narration, asking, "How did this happen?" This self-aware tone was a rare find in superhero films, echoing Deadpool's approach of breaking the fourth wall. But this wasn't the first time something like this happened in the MCU. Remember, Iron Man 3 Inches began with Tony Stark's voiceover. A famous man once said, "We create our own demons, I'm gonna start again." Now, it wasn't clear if Thor's narration was just for the trailer or if it was part of a bigger scene with Hulk, Valkyrie, or Loki. It might have served as a framing device, like Bruce Banner's post-credit scene in Iron Man 3. The idea of Thor sharing his struggles or possibly interacting with Tony Stark was intriguing. Now, about that dark, fiery place with the glowing rocks that looked like faces, it seemed like the faces of the damned, likely representing Hell. In Norse mythology, Hell contrasts with Valhalla and is ruled by Hela, played by Cate Blanchett. The trailer hinted at Hela breaking free from her realm, aiming to extend her control into Valhalla. Now, let's move on to the second scene. Okay, now let's talk about a huge moment in the trailer. Hela caught Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and destroyed it. This was a jaw-dropping surprise, much like when the Winter Soldier caught Cap's shield in Captain America: Civil War. No one was supposed to handle Mjolnir, so Thor losing it was a major shock. This likely happened early in the film as Mjolnir was missing in later scenes. This moment linked Thor with the Avengers' past struggles. Just as Iron Man and Captain America lost their iconic gear in their third movies, Thor faced the same fate. However, Tony rebuilt his armor and Cap reclaimed his shield. It seemed Thor would get a new hammer, possibly inspired by the Ultimate Thor comics. This pattern of heroes losing their gear carries a lesson about self-worth and reliance on their powers, echoing Tony Stark's advice to Peter Parker in the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. "If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it." The trailer also hinted at the possible reveal of the final Infinity Stone. After the Time Stone appeared in Doctor Strange, only the Soul Stone remained. Some believe Mjolnir contained it, given its magical nature. However, the shattered hammer revealed no stone, raising questions. Perhaps Hela already took it, or it's hidden elsewhere. The trailer then showed a fight scene in what seemed like New York. Set photos and the post-credit scene from Doctor Strange confirmed Thor would visit Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, searching for Loki and Odin. A wide shot revealed Loki with Thor in an alley, suggesting Thor found Loki in New York and Hela caught up with them. Lastly, the new look of the Marvel Studios title card, similar to Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2, showcased James Gunn's influence. Gunn even claimed this might be Marvel Studios' best trailer, reflecting his impact on the MCU. Okay, moving on. Now, the part featured the awesome song Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. It was surprising that this iconic rock anthem hadn't been used in a Thor film before. The song, with its Viking imagery and references to Valhalla and conquest, fit perfectly with the Norse mythology vibe. It also resonated with Hela, the fierce invader seeking to conquer new lands. Plus, Hela's antler headgear, identical to Jack Kirby's original design, looked stunning. The composition, with her antlers contrasting against the background, made her appear sinister. When Hela declared Asgard dead, it was directly tied to Ragnarok, symbolizing the end and rebirth cycle in Norse mythology. Now, Thor had to fight without his hammer, just as he did in this movie. This version of Hela came closer to causing full Ragnarok, torching Asgard with a wall of fire. The close-up of Thor in the fire might not have been from this battle but possibly from an earlier scene in New York, given his pre-haircut appearance. Thor started in New York with Doctor Strange, found Loki, got ambushed by Hela, who banished him to Sakaar, leaving Asgard vulnerable. This likely covered only the movie's first part, hinting at a lot more story to unfold. Now, let's look at the next shot. Here, Thor was seen on the planet Sakaar, a junk-covered world obsessed with gladiatorial combat, drawing heavily from the Planet Hulk comics and films like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Thor was captured as a warrior slave, mirroring the journey in Mad Max, both series' third entries featuring gladiatorial battles. Now, Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson, was the one who captured Thor. In the comics, Valkyrie, or Brunhilde, led the Valkyries, guiding slain heroes to Valhalla. In Thor Ragnarok, she was on Sakaar, collecting fighters for gladiatorial games. Her past, hinted at by her cape and winged horse Aragorn, suggested a history of defeat against Hela, leading to her exile. Valkyrie's quick glance of guilt while carrying what seemed like a bounty hinted at her care for Thor, suggesting she might play a crucial role in aiding Thor and Hulk's escape. Moving on. Now, this part introduced Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster, the ruler of Sakaar who set up gladiator matches in his Colosseum. The trailer showcased some odd, furry figures flanking Thor, which initially looked like giant dancing creatures from Empire Strikes Back. But they were likely just quirky dancers on the Grandmaster's stage. The symmetrical setup with red and blue figures and Thor's confused look suggested he might be under the influence of something, which could explain his passive demeanor during his haircut scene. The vibrant colors and odd visuals contributed to the cosmic, adventurous feel of Thor Ragnarok, aligning with the Marvel Phase 3's colorful style seen in Guardians of the Galaxy. This approach seemed deliberate, connecting the Grandmaster, an ageless elder like the Collector, to the larger Marvel universe. Then we see Heimdall with a dramatic new look, trading his helmet for impressive dreads. There was a popular theory connecting Heimdall to the Soul Stone, based on the orange glow in his eyes and a round piece on his chest plate. This theory seemed a bit far-fetched, but Heimdall's soul-seeing abilities and the orange hue hinted at a possible connection to the Soul Stone. Finally, Karl Urban's Scourge, the Executioner, appeared wielding M16S instead of his traditional double-bladed axe. This choice might reference a significant comic moment from Thor issue 362, where Scourge made a heroic sacrifice while holding a bridge against enemies. This scene was a powerful redemption for the character, and the machine guns in the trailer could be a nod to that iconic moment. Now, we saw a shot that seemed to be part of Thor and Hulk's escape from Sakaar alongside a glimpse of Hela in battle-worn Asgard, sporting her antler headgear. Clearly, she was moments away from some violent action. There was also a mysterious shot of Loki flipping his daggers. Loki's intentions in this movie remained unclear, but it seemed likely he played a part in releasing Hela from Hell. Remember, at the end of the Dark World, Loki was impersonating Odin. He might have used that stolen authority to unleash her on Asgard, triggering Ragnarok. Examining the shot closely, it looked like a bridge, possibly Jalarbru, the bridge between worlds. Now, were there any moments in the trailer that stood out to you? Let us know in the comments below, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more.